audience here. And let's bring in Joe Frumalt.
Thank you.
He's from Des Moines. He's a student at Drake, and he's a Republican who says that he supports whoever wins the nomination. Joe.
Man, thank you. I love seeing you get fired up. So
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
I see you're a basketball player. I've been playing tennis with some Drake tennis players. They got some good players.
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
some of my boys play there, so that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. The biggest question about your legitimacy as a candidate has been your age. You know, I was a 22-year-old college kid. I love the idea of having younger candidates in office, but how has this been a challenge for you?
Yeah, look, it's been a big challenge. I mean, frankly, most caucus goers are 3-4 times your age. Let's be real about that. And I want people like you to come out to the caucus, and we're going to college campuses for that reason. One of the things I want people to understand, what I see when I go to college campuses, is I think actually many Republican candidates are scared of facing off with your generation, actually. Some of them hit me for being on TikTok because it reaches you all. I think we should be reaching out to young voters. What I see isn't a base of young voters who's against our shared values. I see a lot of peers in your generation and our generation that are lost, hungry for direction, right? The left will prey on that vacuum with race, gender, sexuality, climate. I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to blame the Republican Party. We've gotten lazy just criticizing that vision without offering our own vision. Individual, family, nation, God. Yes, I said the G word. That beats race, gender, sexuality, and climate if we have the courage to actually stand for something. And so I believe that your generation, I believe that we're at a tipping point, and there's a reason. I've talked about Thomas Jefferson. He was 33 when he wrote the Declaration. He also invented the swivel chair while he was at it. Think about that founding spirit. We're the pioneers. We're the explorers in this country, the unafraid, the people who nobody and no government dares to stop. That's who we are as Americans. Our pursuit of excellence, that's what makes us American. And I think it's going to take somebody in your generation, somebody whose best days in life are still yet ahead, to see a country whose best days are still ahead of itself. And I hope that's the case for me. I don't take every day for granted. Every day we wake up is a new blessing, and I'll leave it at that. I don't take tomorrow for granted, but I hope my best days are still ahead of me. And I think as a leader, I reject this narrative that we have to be that nation in decline, that we have to be ancient Rome. What's your name again, sir? Joe. Joe, I think our nation, like you, is actually a little young. Going through our own version of adolescence. Figuring out who we're going to be when we grow up. And when you view it that way, it all makes sense again. To me, it does. You go through that identity crisis. You lose your way a little bit. I don't know about you, but I did some stupid things, right? But we're stronger for it when we get to our adulthood on the other side. So no, I don't think we have to be that nation in decline. And tell the people in your class the same thing. We can still be a nation in our ascent. If the people of the last 25 years got us to where we are, maybe we try something a little different. Somebody with fresh legs. Somebody maybe the age that our founding fathers were when they signed that declaration. And I think we live in a 1776 moment. Let's give that a try and see what happens. Thank you.
All right, we've got much more ahead. We'll be right back with more from presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. Iowa and CNN's Town Hall with Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy.